From stadium rock chaos to Celtic calm, this week's finds proves that vinyl is the best passport across the genres. So let's spin through the stack. Welcome back, everyone. And if you're new here, every Friday we flip through a handful of records. Now, sometimes they're new and sometimes they're hidden gems, but we see what deserves a spin. And today's pile, oh man, we go from the Rolling Stones in full flight to Alison Krauss's teenage debut. We also have a psychedelic leaning indie gem, Latin grooves, and a dreamy world of Enya. So let's dive in. And first up, man, it is pure adrenaline with Hampton Coliseum live in 1981. This is the Stones in their early 80s peak, man, with, you got Mick strutting, Keith riffing, Charlie just driving it all forward. And this set list is stacked. You have Shattered, Miss You, Start Me Up, man. And of course, the infamous moment when a fan rushes the stage and Keith Richards fends him off mid-song. And when you listen to it, he barely misses a note. It's freaking amazing. And now this particular edition, this is part of the From the Vault series. This is series, part of that series. This has three red LPs plus a DVD of the full show. And this is the first pressing released on, I think it was 2014 on Eagle Vision. I mean, this is a killer document of the band's sort of arena power pressed with this big, bold live sound. Really, really love it. Now, next up is something more intimate. We have Alison Krauss, and this is when she was just 16. She was 16 when she released Too Late to Cry. Can you imagine? That was back in 1987, man. And you could already hear her angelic voice that would later win her more Grammys than any other female artist. The fiddle lines, the dobro, the harmonies, it's just all rooted in tradition, but Allison's delivery, man, is fresh and full of promise. Now, this particular pressing, this is the Rounders Records, an OG press, and it's a great way to hear Allison at the very start of a remarkable career. Now, on to indie rock with Dr. Dog's Fate. This is a hard record to find. This is from 2008, and this record is just full of retro textures, man. It's jangy guitars, you got woozy organs on here, you got vocal harmonies that just feel pulled straight out of the band or the Beatles. I'm not kidding you. Tracks like The Breeze and From just are balanced with optimism with this slightly gritty edge. This particular pressing, this was released on Park the Van Records, and I think the vinyl pressing really captures that warm, homegrown feel. It's sort of indie rock with one foot firmly planted in classic rock history. Now, this next one is going to be a curveball for most of you, and this is Jorge Maldonado's. I think it's called En sur a major momento. That's me speaking Latin. I don't know how my Spanish is, folks, but I tried. Do I at least get credit for trying? I'm trying to get better. I probably butchered it. If somebody's at home, it's like, no, you stupid gringo, you missay everything. It's fine. It's okay. I'm trying though. Give me credit. This was released in 1987. This is on Jorma Records. And if you're not familiar, this is salsa with a Latin pop just fused with slick 80s production. You got horns, percussion, and smooth vocals here to just light up the room. It's the kind of record you stumble across in a dusty bin and just end up spinning all night long. And it's proof that some of the most exciting finds aren't just obvious ones, guys. And if you are a fan of Jorge, if you're a fan and familiar with his work, you can only experience this album on vinyl. So unfortunately, it's not available in streaming. So I'll tell you to go stream it, but chalk that one up for Team Analog, will you? And now, finally, let's slow things down with Enya's self-titled 1988 debut, sometimes called The Celts. And this came before her breakthrough with Watermark. And even here, though, you get that lush vocal layers, that Celtic folk influences, and the dreamlike soundscapes that she would later become famous for. Now, this particular pressing is the US remastered on Atlantic, and the music feels timeless. It's transportive, and it's almost like, it was designed to feel, an entire room. This is one record I love putting on at night before going to bed because I don't know, it just gives me this sense of peace and calm, and then I feel like I can have a great night's sleep. So, guys, there you have it. That was 5 records from 5 completely different worlds from the Stones with all of this live energy. Alison Krauss, bluegrass beginnings. We also talked about Dr. Dahl's vintage tinned indie. We talked about Jorge and his salsa heat, and I tried to speak Spanish. And of course, Anya's sort of calm, relaxing, soothing soundscapes on vinyl. And I think that's what really proves the point I made earlier that vinyl really is a passport across genres. So my question to you is, what would you spin on your turntable first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this mix of discoveries, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you next Friday with another sack of records on the table.